Just take another quick look, grab it, and immediately feel your cheeks turning red with embarrassment. No way to break even. Minus 0.26 on the working volume and minus $1,681. In the barrel, volume and minus $1,681. Hello guys, welcome to the channel. In this video I will show you the most interesting trades that I opened this week. There were deals that brought in profits of over $3,000, but there were also deals that completely took away this profit. I'll show you the most interesting parts, so subscribe, hit the like button, make sure to ring the notification bell to not miss new videos, and I'll get straight to the point without unnecessary chatter. The first deal was executed using the Bitcoin instrument. Bitcoin is starting to grow actively, entering a consolidation phase. In this consolidation, he forms the first resistance level, the second, the third. It results in a cascade of such resistance levels around the round number 29300. Here I place my pending orders and immediately set limit orders for closing this position. I entered this trade a bit early, also started to see an increase in liquidity in the futures order book, and it was from this point that we saw a good momentum. The momentum was just amazing. I got completely filled on my limit orders and I already dumped the remaining portion on the market, just a very small part. Here's how this trade looks in the trader's journal. Managed to earn $3,174, took it very well, could have definitely taken more profit. But in any case, I am satisfied with the execution. Everything is just super cool and awesome. The next trade was also executed using the Bitcoin instrument. Bitcoin, as you can see, was actively rising. I traded this movement after the round number of 29300. So here I also decided to jump on the bandwagon of these highs. Of course, the cascade here was very blurred. It wasn't clear where to enter, but I decided to enter part of it at the local support and resistance levels, another part at the round number of 29800, and the very last part I'll just throw into the high. The order book was very active in this case. It pulls me into a position, reaches near the liquidity. We don't enter here, so I don't exit. They take the last part, immediately introduce liquidity, and the order book just starts to tear apart again. It simply tears it apart. Since I had no limit orders to close positions and they weren't there because I thought Bitcoin might fluctuate by 2 to 3%, I'll gracefully exit with my hands up. As practice showed, it wasn't worth being greedy, taking what could have been my rightful 0.6, 0.7%, but overall, I came out well here. This transaction resulted in a gain of $1,249 for me. It was a cool and quick deal, taking only 16 seconds. Although I could have achieved a better outcome by closing with limit orders, I didn't enter with my usual full working volume that I'm accustomed to trading with. The next trade was again executed with Bitcoin, but this time in a short position. There wasn't any significant drop or rise, rather the instrument was simply approaching its support levels. The distance between the levels here was quite large, I would say, plus a sudden approach. Why I entered here? Now I probably wouldn't enter here at all. There was a round number of 29800 nearby, perhaps that's what tempted me. From what I see, there was good activity in the order book. I'm taken into a position with some slippage, the order book just breaks, and here at the peak, I exit this position. It worked out well, I still like it. As per the trader's journal, this situation looks like this, took 0.32, that's all that could be taken, so I took it. Here I didn't enter with a full working volume again, but at least I did something right because the situation is not great, almost like under ice, although there might have been some nice level there. Currently I'm assessing levels, not very excited, but it's a plus and that's already good enough. The subsequent trade was carried out utilizing the Ethereum instrument. As you can observe, we possess these levels of support in this location. Ethereum didn't perform particularly well for us, but overall we could take 0.3. I thought, why not take 0.3 from each local support and resistance level? Immediately placed my pending orders and limit orders for position closing at around 0.3%. There is good activity in the token, it pulls me into this position, immediately there is a good momentum, and on this momentum I close my position. Per trader's journal, situation appears like this, took $676, very quick, beautiful deal, no pain. But not for the full working volume. Also, I don't see the point in analyzing trades anymore because the profit there is no longer as significant. Now, let's proceed to the trades that led to losses for us. This week proved to be quite challenging for our team. Do you know the reason why that is? Here you are engaging in trading and making some nice profit. So I had a profit on Bitcoin there of $3, 100 something. I got this profit on Bitcoin, then I go back into Bitcoin thinking, yeah, it's all so easy, what are you thinking? In brief, a form of Hercules mode is activated. I do not know whose mode it is, but regardless, you begin to believe that you will seize every opportunity for success. I activated this mode, but it didn't work out on air, so I ended up with 2 significant losses that completely wiped out the Bitcoin profit, followed by a bunch of small losses that took away profits from other situations. Alright, it's a negative, but just take a look at how beautiful it was. There was simply no way to avoid this negative aspect. We have support and resistance on Ethereum, skewed, unattractive, but I entered despite the local nature of these levels. Liquidity in the spot order book, liquidity in the futures order book at the 21-25 level. I enter right before this liquidity, hoping that I just won't get slipped up and lose out on potential gains. I also expect to see some significant movement because I believe everyone sees that the Ethereum instrument has started to grow very actively when it surpassed the $2,000 mark, so I could assume that the movement would simply continue. Here comes some guy who begins throwing enormous volumes into the market, takes me and immediately pulls me down by $1,400 or $1,600. Simply take another glance, seize it and promptly sketch a blush, capturing the beauty in the moment, without the possibility of achieving a break-even point. That is the reason why I ended up with such a painful deal. Minus 0.26 on the working volume and minus $1,681. Unpleasant, attractive, what are you doing? Lost someone's 3 to 4 salaries in the span of just 2 seconds, what are you doing? Also guys, I want to remind you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we also have another Telegram channel, Mbox Crypto, where I share all my results. I have already published this week's results on Telegram, so you will only see them in a week. In short, all the breakdowns, some cool deals I post here, so come over, subscribe, and don't forget that through the links in the description you can get discounts on trading commissions. The next trade was just as cringeworthy, also involving Ethereum. Basically, Ethereum just took me and shook me up, that's how it went. At one point, it gave me 0.3, and I thought I would take 0.3 with each local support and resistance level, but this plan didn't work out. I set my pending orders before this level, even checking on the minutes, everything seemed cool, almost like a trading process. And those 0.3 to draw there, well, I think it wasn't really that complicated. The activity wasn't intense, not super cool, but it was there at least. And you see, just a cuckoo without the chance to break even takes you in, that's it. Immediately shows 0, immediately shows a loss I've already exited a while ago. I'm not here for you to understand, I've long clicked to exit the position. But because the ping spiked, because Ether just entered right away, that's it. Hello, goodbye. In this deal, $1,488 was lost in 4 seconds. That's the beauty of it. Such a move Ethereum made. But unpleasant, of course, unpleasant. Here I also entered with increased volume because something triggered me, well, a bit. In short, emotions started to play, I realized that it triggered me, and here I incurred a loss, which I also did not expect. I didn't record this trade, a loss of $510, that's why I actually increased, because initially, even by the time you can see I enter a round number, this local support and resistance level, it grabs me, pulls me in, a loss of $510, and here I kind of increased the volume like to recover well, so. Following that, there were a few small losses that I prefer not to go into detail about, but you comprehend. Initially, I was like, yo, what's up, man? I earned $500 from Bitcoin in a single night, and then all of that unfortunately went down the drain. So, looking at the results of this week, if the position from last week was up $9,000, it started at $6,000 in the positive. By the end of the week, I was left with a profit of only $130. However, since I use services for commission refunds, I saved myself 25%. 25% of this amount is approximately $1,200. Therefore, if we calculate the total profit, it's around $1,300 per week. Overall, not bad. However, once again, it could have been avoided. All this unnecessary nonsense could have simply been avoided. Worked on Bitcoin and Ethereum, sat down, that's it, just waiting for some other good setups. With this video, guys, I also wanted to inform you that euphoria isn't always good. It's not always positive when you earn a lot of money. Because there are days, let's say like Fridays, when I have bad luck, for instance. I lost a portion of my deposit, and that is it. I became upset. Well, I just proceeded to relax, meaning I simply gave up on trading altogether. And euphoria is experienced when you have truly earned a substantial amount and you desire more, so you start entering every setup, feeling like an expert in breakouts. But in the end, from such a joyful mood, you fall completely to the bottom, and it's better not to feel like that. But again, for traders, this is like a lifestyle. You have to get used to it, get used to the profits, to the losses. Well, this week turned out like this for me. In general, everyone, guys, good luck, profits to all, happiness, peace, and goodness, as they say. Let's conclude on a positive note, and goodbye to everyone.